L.A.B. But me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to the program. You are in the lab room. I, of course, am your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 4 in the National Football League. Don't mind the static and the noise going on in the backfield. Trying to be more economically sound with my time. And the best way to do that is through live feeds. And so trying to go live with these Monday games again. When you get into Monday and there's 10 games on the slate, there's 13 games you got to break down. Hard to break them down with all of these different processing times, and you get the picture. So trying to figure out how to do this live thing, got a lot of issues going on, as you can see on the screen. Don't pay any of that any attention right now. Focus on the product at hand. And today we're talking Detroit Lions on the road versus the New York Jets. Big game for both teams involved, especially the Jets. You're at home. You're in a division right now, and after the proceedings that took place on Monday Night Football with the Patriots, this is a wide open division. And there's no clear-cut, definitive alpha male in this division. So if you're the Jets, this is a huge opportunity at home to get a W versus a team that's been playing some good football in the Detroit Lions. If you're the Lions, Jets have been struggling to beat teams that can score points. The only win the Jets have to their name right now is against the Oakland Raiders. And the Raiders don't like scoring points. In fact, heard they were allergic to it. So if you're Detroit, you saw what Chicago was able to do. Come in there, score some points, eke out a victory, go home happy. If you're the Detroit Lions, blueprint's already been set. You need to take care of business. So let's jump into this game and break it down. Jets start the game, 13 play, 71-yard drive, but they have to settle for a field goal. In this league, I say it all the time, field goals don't win games, touchdowns do. You've got to find a way to get in the end zone. When you put together a 13-play drive that covers 71 yards, you got to find a way to get in the end zone. Whatever you got to do, you got to do it and get in the end zone. Long drives like that need to be capped off with touchdowns, not field goals. Nonetheless, Jets take the lead 3-0 early on in this football game. New Lions kicker. I talked about this last week on this very program about the Lions needing to find a new kicker. That whole situation with their old kicker was old, okay? It had gotten to the point now where he was going to cost them a football game eventually. Don't let it get to that point where you lose a game behind a field goal kicker that is inconsistent. Find yourself a new one. That's what they did. They brought in Alex Henry, ex-Philadelphia Eagles kicker. The knock on him, however, was he can make anything under 50 yards. You put him over 50 and all bets are off. But to my surprise, 51-yarder in the first quarter is good, knocks the game up at 3 as we head to the second quarter. Stafford connects with Jeremy Ross on a huge 59-yard touchdown to give Detroit their first lead of this game. And that was on a third down. That was a big play. And it was sloppy defense by the Jets. And we all know that with this Jets football team, the one glaring weakness on this defense is in the secondary. And this play was way too easy. It wasn't a big double move. It wasn't, zero cover. It was just a blown assignment by one of their defensive backs. And wide open becomes Jeremy Ross. He catches the football. Beautiful throw by Stafford. Gets in the end zone. It's 10-3. Jets trailing in this game. You move on to the later portion of the second quarter as we head into the half. Stafford connects with Easy E for his first NFL touchdown as Eric Ebron gets into the end zone with 22 seconds left. Beautiful back shoulder throw by Stafford. Great catch by Easy E to corral it, bring it in. It's now 17-3. Lions on top on the road. Looks like they're trying to run away with this game. Jets have struggled offensively since that opening possession, which leads us to the third quarter. And Jets struggling with their offense since that opening drive. Talked about it, 13 plays, 71 yards, led them to a field goal. Haven't done much of anything since. In fact, the crowd is becoming restless. They booed the Jets into the locker room at the half, so you could feel the energy in the stadium becoming negative. They needed to do something offensively to kind of curtail that. So a huge third down catch and run by Greg Solis. And it was a big catch, gets down the sidelines, picks up a nice chunk of yardage, and really gives this offense some life. They have lacked any life since that opening drive. That was a huge play. That allows them to get into the red zone, and Geno Smith finds Eric Decker on third down once again. This time, Decker is able to get in the end zone from 13 yards out. A nice catch and run. He gets into the end zone. It's now 17-10. Jets are now back into this ball game. That's the end of the third quarter. We head to the fourth now. Remember, Jets are trailing by a touchdown. Lions put together a magnificent drive. Responding to that Jets touchdown, and that was the problem in this game. Jets fall behind by too much early on. They fall behind by 14, give up 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Then just when you think, all right, here we are. We finally got something going offensively. We get in the end zone. Now let's get some momentum. Let's get a stop defensively. Get the football back. Offense feeling good about themselves. Defense can't get off the field as the Lions put together a lengthy touchdown march as they matriculated the football all the way down the field, and it's capped off by a 1-yard Matthew Stafford run. Questionable as to whether he got in or not. I didn't think the football actually crossed the plane. His feet did, but the football I didn't think ever did, but they called it a touchdown on the field. It was not enough evidence to overturn it, so thus it's 24-10 at this point. Bad Geno Smith, and this is that Geno. Oh, Geno. Oh, no. It's oh no time for Geno Smith, and every game you get a oh no, a Geno oh no moment. And here it was in this game. He throws an interception, a bad overthrow to Darius Slay, who picks it off and returns it into Jets territory. Now, after this interception, the crowd grows restless again, and this time you hear chants of, "We want Vic. We want Vic." And that had to be very disparaging to Geno Smith, but showed some mental toughness, was able to shake it off, comes back into the game. Now the defense, that was a huge play because the defense actually came onto the field and got a stop defensively. And you know, when you turn it over that way, it's hard changing possession. It's easy for the defense to give it up. They were able to force the Lions into a 52-yard field goal attempt by Alex Henry. What did I tell you the knock on him was? Can't kick long field goals. Well, 52 yards. Hey, he surprised me earlier with the 51. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, hey, then that's shame on me. But he couldn't fool me twice, as this time he missed bad. This kick never stood a chance. Wide right. So score remains 24-10 in this game. And with that miss, keep in mind, 52 yards, pretty lengthy field goal, comes great field position for the Jets. On the ensuing possession after the missed field goal, Geno Smith fumbles the football as he is hit. Ball comes out, Lions recover. And so they give the Lions back the football with great position. And the reason why this is huge is because this is the second opportunity that the Lions have had to put this game away. After the interception by Darius Slay, they could have went down a field goal. Makes it a 3-possession game. This game is over. But instead, they don't get any points. Now, Geno Smith gives them another opportunity by fumbling the football. Great field position. Go down, get something, put this game on ice. Instead, the Jets defense rises to the occasion again, gives the Jets football, or the offense, excuse me, back the football. And this time, Geno Smith and the offense are able to move it down the field, primarily through the running game. And Chris Johnson breaks off a tough 35-yard run. Looks like he's bottled up. A couple of defenders have a hand on him. He's able to kind of burst through the pack unscathed and takes off into the end zone. It's now 24-17. Last week, Detroit had a wonderful drive to end the game against the Packers in their 4-minute offense. They basically ran out the clock and did not allow the Packers to see the football again. Well, they were hoping to do the same thing after that Chris Johnson touchdown. Weren't able to do that. This time, they went 3 and out, had to punt the football to the Jets. But the Jets weren't able to do anything offensively. and they were looking to stop the Lions once more, use their timeouts, get the football back, and see if they could have one last gasp, like they did on Monday Night Football against the Bears, to get in the end zone and tie this game up. But Matthew Stafford and company had other ideas, as Matthew Stafford uses a quarterback keeper on second down to land the first down and ultimately end the football game as he slides down and gives the old fist pump as the Detroit Lions sneak into New York and sneak out the back door with a W, 24-17. Lions go to 3-1 on the season. Jets drop to 1-3 on the season. Another tough loss for the Jets on the road. And now the question begs, is it time for a quarterback change in the Big Apple? Or should I say New Jersey? I'll never understand that. I always say that, not going into that. Is there a time for a change at the quarterback position with this Jets football team? I'd like to think that it is. I mean, I was a big proponent of Vic winning the job out of camp. I mean, this is a football team defensively that I think is good enough to make it to the postseason, good enough to win this division. We've seen the struggles now of this Patriots football team, or excuse me, we've seen the Patriots struggle. We saw them on Monday Night Football and how they weren't able to get it done and how they were blown out of the stadium. They struggled with the Raiders, did the Patriots. They're not the same team right now. Who's to say, 5 weeks from now, they're not clicking on all cylinders, but right now, they're vulnerable. The Dolphins were just going through questions at the quarterback position. The Bills have made a change at the quarterback position. Every team in this division has question marks. So if you're the Jets, there is an opportunity for you to do something here. And the guy holding you back from making any power moves, Geno Smith. So I think if you're Rex Ryan, and I've heard several guys who used to play for Rex Ryan, one mainly being Bart Scott, say Rex Ryan is loyal to a fault. And what that means is that he'll go down guns a-blazing with Geno Smith before he pulls the trigger. And he may wait till it's too late. Don't wait till you're 1-5 and then decide to make the switch to Vic. At that point, you're most likely out of any contention for winning this division. I don't know how bad it's going to get in this division with the Bills and the Dolphins and the Patriots, but you can only worry about yourself. And right now at 1-3, the time is now if you're the Jets. You don't want to fall any further behind than you are right now. Michael Vick can make the world of difference with this football team. I say, hey, it's not about Geno Smith right now. It's about this team. And right now, what's best for this team, I think, is putting Michael Vick in the game. Now, from the Lions standpoint, big win on the road. Again, with every other team in your division right now kind of trying to find themselves, Minnesota getting their second win of the season, but losing Teddy Bridgewater. We don't know for how long. He could be out, a week. Maybe he's not out at all. But they're 2-2. So are the Bears. So are the Packers. Oh, my. So you look around this division, you're the only one at 3-1. This is the same scenario we saw last year. You jumped out in front of everybody, and then you didn't know how to hold on late. You need to continue to play consistent football. The one thing that I see that's different from this team from last year is toughness. This team is a lot tougher mentally as well as physically than they were a season ago, and they're a lot smarter. Hopefully, they can continue to play this brand of football as we continue to move along in the 2014 season. That's going to do it for this breakdown of the Lions and Jets. I thank you for joining me. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I've got plenty more games to break down in week number 4 of the National Football League. See you in a bit. Like the content? Want more? Sub up.